Hello, welcome to the class. Today we are going to study the spiritual anatomy of the mind, the contents of the mind, the structure, what are the advantages and disadvantages, and you will see how all of this together comes up into your realm and really can help you to eliminate the suffering and start attracting the happiness into your life. So let's begin. In Vedantic philosophy, mind has 4 levels. So let's look at them. There are like stairs that you can climb. Also, besides that, we have 5 senses, which we will put right here. Through these 5 senses, we perceive the external world, right? So here we have kind of a door filter. That enters, and this is external world. The external world is represented by society, your family, school, friends, everybody. So all people, everybody who are not you. So this is the whole world, and this is your 5 senses, and this is the reality of your mind. So when you are hearing things, it goes through these 5 filters, then descends to the first level of the mind, which is called manas. And manas represents the element of air or wind. So I'm gonna put wind here. Air is that quality of the wind when it's very still, when it's calm, but also we know the power of the wind that can be like a breeze, very pleasant to your experience, or it can be like a tornado, like a hurricane. So the wind moves all the time, it cannot be still, and it can really create chaos. Like, you know, when you see a very strong wind behind the window, everything will be upside down. So this is the wind quality. And manas is a superficial, changeable, and hence it cannot be reliable, right? So let's bring an example here. Let's say somebody told you that you are stupid. You heard that, your senses processed, and it fell into the level of manas, into the superficial, and it really starts triggering you. So this is a level where we get reactive. These are reactions. And most of the time, the way we react, we are worried, we are scared, and we become victims of that person who said something. So we believe what the external person says about us. So it means that this person who has no idea what's happening in this internal world has a power over us only through the senses. So this is the realm of victim. And for this reason, we will call this world, this level, as false reality. Okay? Because understand, that person who says something about you is also representing this, also is being driven by his or her own manas. And remembering that your 5 senses are not the same every day, throughout month and year. So basically it's your body. Today you're feeling really tired, and whatever you hear will really shake you. Like you're saying, please people, you better stay away from me, because today whatever you say, I'm too sensitive. So that's why these are called senses. We are too sensitive. And then sometimes we are becoming numb. Sometimes we get confused whether we're stupid, whether we're smart, whether we're successful. Now the next level of the month goes much deeper, and it's called Cheetah. Now Cheetah represents water element. And if you know the qualities of the water, it's the only element that is able to record. It's a transmitter. If you want to pass electricity, the water will be the best for that, right? So the water has ability to record, and we are 75% made of water. So we are basically recording ourselves, and this is an archive memory level. Or in other words, it's your subconscious mind. Now, we are not able directly reach out into the level of Cheetah, into the level of subconscious. And just remember that, you know, in that archive you have all the information about your past, about your past lives, incarnations, why you are here, what is your purpose, what is the reason of your disease, and so on. We are not able to reach here. That's why we continue running here. We don't know even how to go here. So Cheetah represents your ability to differentiate, to make a choice, to see what is false and what is true. If you think of a river, so when river is flowing, she will choose where to flow, and she will choose where not to flow. So whether that river will take you back into the manas and you will communicate with the external world only through a chaos level, or that river can flow in the other direction. And this is where we need to make a choice. So we'll see how to do that. Now let me draw a line here so we see the borders. By the way, I need to mention that manas is the masculine representation of the mind. It doesn't refer to a man, yeah? Masculine and feminine is different from man and woman, where Cheetah is a feminine form. So this is very natural. Now if we think of the mind, these are two constantly in the battle. Whether this will take me and pull me, or this will pull me. Now what is sitting here? Here we have another amazing level of the mind, which is called Budi. Budi. And this is an element of fire. How does the fire work? The fire will not waste time, whether this or that. Fire just has a straightforward, very strong action. It will just burn. So fire Buddhi mind has ability to judge. To make conclusions. To arrive to a certain point. So back to that negative example. If we are relying that somebody told us that we're stupid, and this is really trained muscle in our spiritual anatomy, like it means we continuously think of people and their opinions of us, then both these guys, Cheetah and Budi, will confirm that thought. So Cheetah will remember the cases from the past where, oh yes, I've been told by my mother and father and my teacher that I'm so stupid. Okay, I accept that. That's it. Accept it. Seal the deal, right? Now let's understand how these three guys interact and affect each other. So if you are living mostly by relying to false reality, which is based on the external opinions, words, and whatever judgments, then your manas is really strong. And you know, this is the major cause of suffering in us women and men as well, because we constantly think that this is reality. In this case, Cheetah will take this direction and pull up the fire, the judgment. So everybody will agree, I'm stupid. Manas will never stop. So sometimes we think like, can we just shut this part and just leave here? Because this feels like the wisdom is here. And can we just shut this down? No, we cannot shut this down. Because this is five senses. You need that. This is who I am. So ahamkara is that final stamp where you say, this is who I am. If we refer to that negative example where somebody says that you are stupid and you really worked for all your life to strengthen your manas, all of this will flow this direction. So Cheetah will remember again that yes, there were cases, I can prove that. Buddha says, conclusion, stupidity exists, and ahamkara decides, I am stupid, I am incapable. Okay, so all of this serves in this direction in order to confirm what people think of you. So most of the time we live in that direction. Every day, something that we are doing, big or small, serves that crowd and stirs the passions. And we feel like if we are not validated by others, if we are not receiving their opinion, we are not living. So that's why today we are so drowning in this social media. Like social media is the biggest passion, where people post and what they're waiting for? Likes or reactions. It's amazing, even in Facebook, when you post a picture and you see somebody reacted on your picture. So can you imagine that the collective mind of the world accepted the false reality and now empowers and strengthens by creating different kind of tools where you can be seen, heard, and accepted? So what should we do? Shall we abandon the social media? No, it's still a tool for communication. We just need to understand how to use it, how to go in the other direction. So we need to arrive here in order to understand who we are. And when we arrive here, we whether create the true self-identification or the false one. Now, there is something missing here which is I'm adding as the sixth sense. And it's a little bit different from intuition, no, okay? Because intuition is actually a level of Cheetah. It's your subconscious. When you think that your intuition is guiding you, it's actually your subconscious and Ahamkara, Buddhi, this realm. So if this is false, this is true. And I'm going to put it here. True reality. But remember, it can become false if it's walking after the manas. So what kind of sixth sense I mean? That will be speech, the sound. Like, it's so logic, right? We know about five senses. Where is the speech? So I'm going to put speech here. Speech is the gate. Speech is the door. So when somebody tells you, you will respond or you will take the words. It's hearing, listening, it's the speech. It's the realm of word. But word, I don't mean words that I'm saying right now. There is a spiritual word. And for example, when we read Bible, we know that it starts like this. First, there was word, and the word was God. So what kind of word is that? Here, word means the transmission, the manifestation, and revelation. So I'm going to put it right here. Transmission, manifestation, and revelation. And these three are the purpose of woman. This is why she is sent to earth. This is why you and me, we are born in this body, in this female body, with female genitals. Our purpose on earth is to transmit, manifest, and reveal on the sound word level. In other words, we are transmitting that which divine is. But on this level, we are not doing that. What are we transmitting here? We're transmitting reactions, worry, fear, victim. And what are we going to manifest? Reactions, worry, fear, victim. What are we going to reveal? Reactions, worry, fear, victim. And what are we going to attract back? Worry, fear, and victim. So we are attracting this kind of people. We are attracting this kind of situations. This is how we take, okay? Now, the good thing, the amazing thing about you is because you are a woman, you have an extra spiritual anatomical device that allows you to help you to go through this. So because divine thought, okay, if this is woman's purpose to transmit, manifest, and reveal the light, the goodness, the kindness, the compassion, the love, but she has such drama here and woman is very emotional, she needs a help. What kind of help are we going to give her? I bet you already know what I'm going to talk about. That is the womb. And I'm going to draw her right here in the form of triangle. Womb is a help to a woman to be here, to self-identify, to really believe in her own way, to really trust that she is making correct choices, and that these choices don't need approval from external people. All right? So how is this helping her? You remember when I said that you are grounded, and I'm going to draw this leg sphere here, okay? So these are the legs. Womb has the legs. When you believe yourself, when you trust that you are making correct choices, who will tell you, oh yes, you made a correct choice? The thing is, no one will ever be able to do that, because what you are transmitting, manifesting, and revealing maybe is completely new and unique, and there is no one who can relate to that. For example, everything I'm sharing with you has different perspective of Vedanta, Yogic Philosophy. It has some spiritual other stuff. It has connection with womb. It has connection with Kabbalah. So if I go to a traditional yoga Vedantic school, they would tell me to go out, because this is not what they believe in. This is not the way they were taught. Okay? There is a certain transmission from teacher to teacher, and these are the script, and we need to follow, memorize, repeat, and practice. This is very frame, okay? And if I come with this conclusion, they will tell me that this is heresy. So somebody tells me this is heresy, and they do not accept my teaching or my opinion. If I would be living in this reality, very soon I will abandon what I'm doing right now. I will believe that this is all bullshit and stop. So it means I'm becoming the wind. What does the wind do? It's flowing, it's all over the place, it cannot make any decision, it cannot ground down, and I am taking off. My feet are not on the ground anymore. In the same scenario, they will say this is heresy. I will tell them, I heard you through my senses. Thank you very much. Goodbye. So speech. Because I didn't react. And I will come back here and I will be loyal to what I'm doing, knowing that even if I don't find people who will support me in this journey, I am self. I am supporting myself. And the thing is, this is a level of patience. And patience is the main quality of the womb. So let's remember, no one as woman knows what's patience, because every month, within 10 years, we have to go through these cramps and bleeding and discomfort. Oh my God, we have to be patient. Then we are carrying children. For 9 months, there is something growing in your body, basically eating you from inside. You are depleting on immunity levels, you have weakness, you have lower back pain, something else. So you're accepting that, and not only accepting as a victim, but with love. So patience, let's address this thing, because patience also exists here. In this realm, you are patient, and it's a level of humility and compassion. You know that the terms you are in are just conditional, and it's also temporary. While you are in those terms, you are still busy with believing in yourself, and whatever that needs to be done, like writing a book, doing something, exercise, doesn't matter. You are doing all your actions that support in this level. So this is a very good, healthy patience, blessed patience. Where there is another patience here. And this is very easy to lose. This is all one patience, but it's just, it's a river, okay, which will flow this way or this way. So imagine you are patiently waiting for something and you are trusting yourself. And everything is good, you are really grounded. But then somebody tells you something, you hear something in maybe not your very best energy state, you are tired, maybe you are PMSing, and your patience becomes like, what am I waiting? I'm so tired. And somebody will say, oh my God, how long you're waiting for this? It's crazy. I feel bad for you. Do you need support? And then you're like, maybe you're right. This is bullshit. Why am I waiting? And then this, blah, 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 blah. Internal dialogue. It starts becoming reactive. It starts worrying, becoming scared, and you're becoming victim. So patience turns into victim. You are not waiting with love and trust anymore. You are waiting with sense of like, this will never end. I'm such a victim. Can you sense the difference? So womb is here to ground you, to return you back to the earth. And now what is missing here, two more aspects. Where are we going? So we are going in the direction down. And I want to tell you that despite all of these spiritual popular quotes that we read or share, like we need to rise, let's rise above this and ascend and blah blah blah. So I want to tell you that feminine does not rise, feminine descends down, because feminine is grounding, and when you are grounding, you are under the force of gravity. Gravity takes you down, and here I'm going to draw. This is universe and this is mother, the primordial mother, and also it's called the creation. So there is a creator who created everything, and the first thing that creator made is the universe. Everything that you see around is the creation. It was the purpose of God's all power. So God wanted to create a space where we can grow. That space where we are growing and experiencing life, it's called universe. And it's the primordial mother, the first consciousness that is opposite to God. So first there was only God and nothing else. And then God created the first consciousness, or it's also called primordial human, which is mother. And she is the creation. So when we are grounding through our womb, we are connecting to our ability, because we have it, to be patient in a very positive way, trusting our self-assertion, true self-identity. We are loyal to our own self. We are supporting creation. Okay? We are loyal to the universe. We are not loyal to the collective mind. So, when we are doing that, something else is being born. When you trust your own, maybe I will add here green. that connects you with heart. The womb connects you with heart. And in the heart is the house for your soul. So you may Google that there are more and more understanding scientifically and also in some esoteric teachings that they found that soul resides in the space of heart. So what do? We connect the womb, which serves here as lower heart. When you do not listen to what people say, you come back here, you remember about your abilities. You have extraordinary abilities, special abilities, and you make those conclusions based on that. You address your true self-identification. You basically rewrite yourself, not what parents thought you are, but who you are. Then you are building bridge to the heart. So what happens today in a completely opposite wrong way? We speak a lot about opening heart and sharing with people and being serving out there, being just available to everybody. And actually this stirs passions. So the way to the heart is not by working with people. The way to the heart is internal, by being grounded and loyal to the self-trusting own abilities. In that moment, the heart opens a second type of mouth. So woman has two mouths. If you think on physical level, you have lips here and you have labia there. You have throat, cervix, lungs, ovaries, heart, womb. They are connected. So woman is as above, so below. It means that woman has two ways of expressing, transmitting, manifesting, and revealing. This is the other way where she starts revealing into the world. And this is very different. Why? Because it's bypassing manas. It's not talking through reactions, fear, and false reality, being impatient, but it's actually talking through grounding, being patient, being loyal to the self, knowing that you are supported by Mother Earth, and creating your own trust. And that heart, because heart sits right here under the throat, so you send this up. That's why woman first, she needs to descend into her lower realm of her womb. It's like beginning from the first floor, right? If you want to be on the roof, how are you gonna get there? You can take helicopter, right? Which will carry you on the air of the wind. Or you can go back to the first ground floor, even basement, and start slowly ascending through the correct revelation. So this mouth here is very small. I will draw it like this. This mouth here is very big. What's the difference? Here we are demanding, we are fighting, we are screaming, we are using so many words, and still people don't understand what we want. We are gossiping, we are chit-chattering, and here sometimes you don't even need words. Second, you don't need to be loud. Well, because calm voice is not something loud. And you don't even need to speak, because this is the frequency, the subtle voice, the message. Like you would come to somebody, and instead of conversation, you will just look at the person, and the person will say, okay, I got it. That's it. So then, the womb has her rhythms and cycles, right? So the main that we know is menstruation and ovulation. So let's think, where can we put here? What means menstruation? It's a time where you really have to preserve yourself and take care of yourself. You know that in those days you are not as active and able to deliver the same results into the external world, because your energy is a little bit inwards. So this is a time when your body is asking you more patience. So menstruation is connected directly to Ahamkara earth. And this is amazing, because where does our blood go? It goes back to the earth, right? Bleeding right into the earth. So menstruation is teaching women how to trust own self. And when you hold in space here for yourself, while knowing that at the same time you have so many actions and events going on, but that this can wait, I can be patient, I'm going down, I'm going to descend, and really be loyal to my body. So when I'm loyal to my body, my senses becoming different. So senses are filters. First, and this is our dominant life, unfortunately, we use senses only as animals, like it's a basic animal instinct to see, to hear everything external and to react. Oh, I tried this cake, I want more. Oh, I smell this perfume. So we are driven by everything first, right? So when you are becoming really advanced here, the main thing is to be loyal to yourself, your senses, everything starts serving this. So this is superficial mind, and this is internal mind. So that's why in my many posts or my speech, I say that woman is a human of womb consciousness. This is a place to be. This is a place to feel, to sense, to make decisions, to trust, and to hear and listen. So in this case, your senses are becoming filters that are able to perceive beyond the superficial. So for example, back to that example when we were talking that somebody would call me stupid. So let's say I was reacting for so many years, and then I took a break and really worked on myself. And here I'm coming to the world again. And somebody's telling me, oh, you always been so slow and dummy and blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking at this person. I can hear and I can see the face, the anger, the frustration. But now I'm not, all this superficial is not touching me anymore. And I can see through. And I start realizing, I'm like, oh my God, I understand why you're saying this now. I understand why all of these years you were trying to hurt me. It was never, ever about me. You were always hurting yourself. So your manas is so intoxicated by worry and fear. And what is the manifestation of fear? It's defense and attack. So you've been attacking me for so many years, making me believe that I'm stupid and incapable, where I understand that I'm so capable. And I'm going to hold this space for me, and I'm going to love myself. And you know what? I'm not angry at you anymore. I forgive you. I'm letting you go. So these are not only the words you need to speak to the person, but this is something you will start feeling, that what you hear from your parents, from your people, from your partner is only a meaning of something deeper. And that these people are also hostages of the manas, the mind, the superficial false reality. And in that moment, something happens. Your speech, your communication starts affecting your external world, right? This is not level of passions anymore. This is level of compassion. So from passion, we are moving to compassion. And guess what? Maybe here you had, let's say, 200 people around you every day, calling, meeting, etc. Then you really work on yourself, and because they cannot relate anymore, they cannot reflect on your internal drama, because the drama is not there anymore. Your crowd becomes, instead of 200, it can be 10 people. Your tribe. People who really understand you. When you meet them, they are just holding space. It's just fun without any agenda. They are not taking anything from you. They're not demanding. You don't feel like you need to give something. You are simply sharing each other's presence. And these people are trusting in your skills. They are supporting your growth. And even they are interested, they are growing with you. So you attract like-minded people who are becoming part of your journey, and you are weaving this life together, and it becomes so beautiful. So this is the purpose of Mother. This is what she wants from us. So Mother and God, they don't want overpopulated people who live in the false reality and see things only on superficial level. They don't want quantity, they want quality. And this is one thing that is happening. If we look at the global scale of humanity, what's happening, that on all levels people are dying. So mentally, drugs, diseases, conflicts, more and more people having just really poor health. Why is it happening? If we look at very primitive level, from superficial layer, we will be, oh my God, poor people, and feeling like they are victims and I'm a victim, so I'm going to go and feel pity. No. If we will see that actually that process of filtering humanity is increasing and speeding up, because it's a global filter of humanity. Because Earth creation cannot carry this amount of mind, wind, and false reality. It needs to be here. So Earth is interested to have less people, better quality, who know who they are, and they trust their own. They are connected to themselves. And this is relative to men and women. Where can we put ovulation here? What is the spiritual manifestation of ovulation? So if we are menstruating here and really giving trust in our own, we are very close to the heart as well. So then in ovulation we are producing the egg, right? So it's the manifestation into that external, which is right here where we have the true revelation, the true expression into the world. And as I mentioned, that Earth is interested in the best people, smaller but best. So look what's happening during ovulation. From hundreds of follicles in your ovaries, only that one will win the race. And at the end, that egg that is inside of that follicle will be the best. So we are fulfilling that internally and externally. And this is why our purpose is in transmission, manifestation, revelation. First of all, we are becoming grounded and really loyal. By this, we are taking care of our body, taking care of our heart, which contains our soul. We are helped and supported by the patience of our womb. We are grounded on the earth and in such calmness. This is the reality of true reality and calmness and peace. We produce the best generation. So think if you are for years and years in such practice, and then you will plan your pregnancy. Can you imagine that your healthy systems will support throughout the month to really nourish this one follicle, and what kind of child will be born out of that? And this is how Earth is interested in better people more than bigger amount of people. But even if you are not planning to become a mother, it's not only about giving birth. This is secondary. It's about creating that vibe around you, which is represented by people who live in compassion into each other, into their own selves, and really support. And these people will take the whole humanity and propel it forward into the future. So now the question is, are you going to be among the crowd, or are you going to be among the group? So just to conclude, in order to open your heart, descend down into the realm of your womb and really realize that despite those parents who brought you, and you are very grateful to them, you have your own purpose and you have your own little feet to walk on this life and to walk on this earth. And even if that will take you further from your country, from your parents, don't worry about that. Don't be scared to stand up for yourself, because then you will see that you are able to descend and to connect with your loyal, true self-identity. Remember that your first reactions when you are perceiving any information and you want to jump out and to make first conclusions, remember that most of the time, if it's negative, it's false, it's not real. You are being lied by the senses. If you will allow yourself to take a pause and go down through breath, through connection through the womb, so every time when there is something really triggering you, just sit down, take few deep breaths and go into the space of the womb. And right there, ask, is it true? And I swear that your body will reply to you. So you need to trust your body, but not in the space of the head, in the space of your womb, your feet, and grounding down. That's it for today. Thank you very much. See you in the next class.